Josh here, and we are officially 60 days post-release of Arthurian Legends. So today, I'm going to do a breakdown of the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Arthurian Legends set, and just where we are 60 days post-release. Let's start with the good. The choice of the Legends of King Arthur was perfect. It blends into the sorcery setting seamlessly. I cannot applaud Eric Curios enough for making the choice of the Arthurian Legends. It's perfect. It goes into sorcery no problem. And not only that, they didn't shy away from adding in the named characters from those legends. We have Merlin, we have Morgana, we have King Arthur. They didn't shy away. They gave us as much of it as they could fit into this small set. And that is truly amazing in my opinion. Because when they announced that they were going to use the Legends of King Arthur, I was kind of like, well, how's this going to work? Is this going to overshadow the sorcery setting and become an issue? And they were able to make sure that that did not happen. Because there are so many other cards in Arthurian Legends that are kind of generic. The Troll Bridge, the Impenetrable Cops, the Harassing Ruffians. Very cool little subtle things that blend not only into Arthurian Legends, but blend into sorcery. An excellent, excellent design choice there. So again, I cannot applaud Eric Curios enough for this choice. Now, next, let's take a look at the cards themselves. Again, amazing design. There are numerous cards from unique to ordinary in this set that are excellent, highly playable cards. And this is coming from a set that was designed for limited. So to see so many of these new cards competing for slots in constructed decks is amazing. That is exactly what we wanted to see. And yes, there are the obvious cards. The Ring, Morgana, amazing. And yeah, they're unique, but there are cards at every other slot as well. For example, one of the cards that I think is going to be a staple for a very, very long time is Warhorse. This card is amazing. For 2 mana, you get a 2 power minion that can carry and has charge. The thing's amazing. I think it will probably be in fire decks from now until the end of the game potentially, unless the power creep just goes off the charts. Also, you've got Magic Missile at Ordinary. You've got Hamlet at Ordinary. You've got Valley of Delight at Elite. You've got Brother Knights at Elite. So many cards. So many other cards at Exceptional. When I went through the Exceptional list, I couldn't keep them all in my head. You've got the Red Caps. You've got the Warhorse, like I mentioned. You've got, again, there's just so many of them. I'm actually not even able to, I think Fire. I play a lot of Fire, guys. Just so you know, if you're playing me, you're probably going to be playing against Fire. Oh, the Cat. I love that Lugbog Cat. He's great. So just so many excellent new cards that are going to be competing as staples in decks, if not end up being staples already. I think that's great. Next, the next point, sites. One of the issues that I always found with getting new players in at beta was site access, having enough sites to build a deck. And this conundrum became a serious problem once we didn't have beta pre-constructed decks on the market. Without those, there was just no easy way to get a lot of sites to build a deck. Fortunately, back then we were at the 20 point, but when we raised decks to 30, if something didn't change, I think we would have been in trouble. And Eric Curiosa made a decision to put a whole lot of sites into Arthurian Legends, and crucially, it's no longer we tuck one little ordinary site at the back that might be swapped out for an avatar. Instead, we can have 2 or 3 ordinary sites in a pack on top of an exceptional site or 2. And because we have all of these new sites in Arthurian Legends, It makes it much, much easier for a new player to build a deck. Even if it's suboptimal, even if they don't have every site they want, at least they have some sites to put into that 30-card deck. So this was an excellent decision to make sites more available in the set. And I hope that they continue to do that in the future. Even if we get pre-constructed decks with the next set that allow those sites to be accessible, at some point those pre-constructs may run out and we'll be in this same place that we were with beta for a while. And it could be worse, especially if we go to 40 cards in our Atlas. So it's imperative that we make sure, or that Eric's Curiosa makes sure, that those sites are available and easy for new players to access so that they can keep on playing the game. So overall, between those three things, the site really has a ton to offer, and it's very worthwhile to buy some of this product. But as always, it's me, so we are going to have to get to the bad. I think a lot of you already know what this point is going to be because I've been pretty vocal about it. Set size. When I first found out that Arthurian Legends was only going to be 220 plus cards, I was taken aback. This is the same game, right? Where we're doing a once per year release schedule. And the first expansion set is only 220 plus cards. I don't know. I don't see how that's gonna work for a year. And some folks shout about limited play. It's designed for limited play, limited. That's still quite a small card pool, even for limited, for a year. So I just feel that the set size is a huge problem for Arthurian Legends. And if Eric's Curiosa really wants to stick to the one set per year model, every set must be 350 cards, minimum. Now, if they want to change the model, if they want to do a smaller set like Arthurian Legends and a couple of mini sets that total up to, I don't know, 50 to 100 cards in total, okay, maybe that'll work. But I think logistically, that's more difficult. That's just my opinion. Now, I know many of you have disagreed with me strongly on this point, and you feel that 220 cards is more than enough for a year. And I honestly hope you're all right. And I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't feel like this set size is enough. And unfortunately, it led to another problem with Arthurian Legends. Another bad. No pre-constructed decks. So the first expansion for Sorcery, Arthurian Legends, comes out with what I consider to be a small set size of 220 plus cards. And there's no entry-level product with it. Well, go buy beta precons. Well, those aren't available. Yeah, there's a reprint coming, but there's been a while now that those have not been available. They were not available at the time that Arthurian Legends hit shelves. So here I am. I have my new set. I'm excited. I want to promote it. I want people to buy it. And I don't have an entry-level product. I can't go to people and say, look at these awesome precons. I mean, even if they built a smaller precon set that was just 2 decks that were mixed, fire, water, earth, air, whatever, something like that was desperately needed, and we didn't get it. Now, that could have been for any number of reasons, but I have to think set size may have played into that. I could be wrong. It could have been all sorts of other things. Manufacturing, logistics, all those other things to actually get those set up, to make the machines actually print them in that way, to make the sheets in that way. That could be problematic, I'm assuming. But no entry-level product with your first expansion, that's bad. So, set size, no entry-level product. Those are the bads of Arthurian Legends. Now let's get to the ugly. The ugly. Yeah, we're here. And again, I think a lot of you know what this one's going to be. That price point. Ouch. So beta was 36 packs. MSRP $149. Arthurian Legends sees a reduction in the size of the product by a third, down to 24 packs. And yet, MSRP $129? So a price reduction of just over 13% when you're cutting the product by a third? Now this leads to a lot of issues. Not only do I feel like when I open a box of Arthurian Legends that there's not enough here, there needs to be more because I'm used to those 36 packs, it also becomes a serious problem with expected value. When I open up a box of Arthurian Legends, it just doesn't feel as good in a lot of cases. And you can go look at my box openings to see it. This product, more than alpha and beta, is a huge roll of the dice. Massive. If you don't hit a few key cards, it feels ugly. Now, of course, the counter argument is, well, it's great. I can pick up singles all I want. It's fantastic. No problem. But for those of us who just want to open boxes because we enjoy opening packs, it's not great unless you're a person who can open 50 cases. And if you can open 50 cases, yeah, I bet it's wonderful. But that choice for the price point of $129 MSRP, I think was a huge miss. If MSRP had been $109, I think that would have been much more bearable. I think people would have looked at that and been like, well, the box should be $100 because you cut the product by a third, and the beta price was $149, so $100. But I think if you said $109, people would have been like, all right, inflation. It's okay. We'll move on. And then prices on the secondary market would be a little bit less than that. They could set map at, a lower price, right? And I think people overall would have felt much more happy with the opening experience because they felt like what was coming out of those boxes was worth the price they paid. And that is, in my opinion, the ugliest part of Arthurian Legends. The reduction in the amount of product and that recommended retail price. Those two things combined make this product very difficult to swallow in some cases, despite all of the good. And there is so much good, so much. There are so many things that I'm pleased with about the actual cards in the product. But this price point, with the massive reduction in the size of the boxes, it was just a huge, huge misstep. And I worry that it has caused some damage to the brand overall. But time will tell. And that wraps this up. The good, the bad, and the ugly. In summation, Arthurian Legends is a mixed bag. If I was only looking at the cards themselves, then this set would be stellar. It provides a cohesive theme that is seamlessly integrated into the Sorcery setting. And for that, I cannot applaud Eric's Curiosa enough. But when I look at all the other decisions that I think are highly problematic, reducing the box sizes, the high retail price point, the small set size, and the expectations of what that set is supposed to do for a year. Overall, Arthurian Legends is just a mixed product. It's not perfect. It has some issues. And some of the issues, I do worry, will hinder the growth of the player base. But hopefully I'm wrong. And I hope that those of you who argued strongly with me that the set size doesn't matter are correct. But only time will tell. And I will say that in 5 to 10 years, if someone's opening Arthurian Legends, I think that it becomes a gambler's product. Very high risk. You're throwing dice, and there's a very good chance they're loaded. Could be wrong about that. But that's just my feeling about the set, because that's almost how it feels now, and I can only imagine what box prices are going to be in the future. Now, maybe some of these other cards end up being very significant, very important to certain decks, and it's not that big of an issue. But I'm not certain that'll be the case. There's power creep in every game, even if it's subtle. Just my thoughts, though. I hope you all enjoyed this. And as always, keep on contesting the realm.